welcome back to Key's Kitchen. So today I am going to be making some butter. Yes, I know you're probably thinking, girl, you Amish now? Like, what's up? No, I'm not. But for some reason, I have like this interesting fascination with just making things from scratch. Like, I want to make cookies from scratch. I want to make tomato sauce from scratch. Like, I'm like, I don't want the jar. I don't want the box. I want to make it. And so that's what's happening here. So I've made butter before, and y'all, it's really easy. And so today I'm going to show you how I make butter. And to start us off, I'm gonna just show you what I have. So first of all, you're gonna need a stand mixer or some type of hand mixer, something with some power, because if you don't, you really gonna be giving Amish, because you're gonna be, and I'm not doing that. So you're gonna need a stand mixer. I also have this mason jar here. This is because whenever you're making butter with heavy cream as your base, so we're gonna need heavy cream, it actually makes buttermilk too. So it's a 2-for-1 deal. You get butter and buttermilk. Come on. You need that. So you're also going to need some cheesecloth. And so what this is basically a piece of cloth, and it has like small holes in it, and it's going to help us to separate our butter from our buttermilk and just make sure that all the liquids are out the butter. And then this is optional, but I have some honey, salt, and cinnamon here. I'm actually not going to use any of these because I plan on using some of this butter to bake. But you can flavor up your butter by adding cinnamon to it. You can add honey, you can add salt, you can add a garlic paste, you can add herbs to it. Like, you can add so many things when you make your own butter. And just make it your own. You can make a Cajun butter and then stuff your chicken with it. You can make a honey cinnamon butter and then use it as a glaze for some cinnamon rolls. Like, you can just do so much. So I love that. And the last thing I have here is a towel, because it does get a little messy. So what I like to do is, while it's mixing, put this towel over it to help make sure that any splashes or anything just don't get on my ceilings, on me, none of that. So it's a really simple process. So I'm going to go through the process verbally, and then I'm gonna just let you watch me do it. So essentially what you do is you take some heavy cream. So this is 1 quart of heavy cream. You put it in your stand mixer bowl, and then you mix it. Like, that's it. Kinda, not really, but you mix it. And so what it's going to do is go through a process of first just you mixing liquid, and you're going to be looking at it like, Kashara, it's not giving what's supposed to happen, cake. But it's going to turn from liquid, then it's going to turn into whipped cream. So this is, if you want to make whipped cream, you also use this process. You just mix for less. So you whip it, and it's going to keep whipping, and then it's going to start forming some peaks. Like, it's going to start getting solid. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Don't stop. Keep going. Once you see those peaks, keep going. You want to mix this thing until it is liquid. So you're going to want to mix this until there is a liquid and a solid. And then that's where your cheesecloth comes into play, because you're going to then take that mixture. I like to like dump mine over a bowl, so you'll see me do it, but I have a bowl, and I'll put a piece of cheesecloth over it, and I'll dump the mixture, and then I'll squeeze the cheesecloth so that all the mixture and all the liquid gets out, and it's just the butter left. And then I like to run that butter under some cold water. You kind of just squeeze it just to make sure there's no liquids in there, and then voila, you have your very own homemade butter. So enough talking about it, let's get into it. All right, so I have my heavy cream. All you're going to do is literally pour this in a bowl. I'm gonna pour all of it. And then at this point, you can add any flavor that you want. So if you were going to put salt in here to make salted butter, you would do that now. If you were going to add honey and brown sugar, whatever it is that you want to add, this is the stage in which you would add it, and you would give it a mix to make sure it mixes thoroughly. And then from here, turn this bad boy on. So I'll put it down, lock it, and then I like to mix mine between medium high. I just like doing that. So this process will take maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Just trust the process. Like, this is one of those things, literally, when I say trust the process, and watch it happen. so I have my cheesecloth, and so what I'm going to do is spread 2 pieces of these across my bowl, so one going horizontal, one going vertical, so that my whole bowl is covered. Then I'm going to lift up my stand mixer, and I'm going to take a more flexible spatula and kind of get all this butter down. Now that I got as much butter as I can, now what I'm going to do is slowly, I'm going to hold this tight so that it doesn't just sink in, pour this over it. Okay, so, oh Lord. Okay, pour this over it, and then I'm going to try to scrape some of the sides because I want all my buttermilk and I want all my butter. So yeah, the liquid that you're seeing, that is buttermilk, okay? So you can use that. I believe it can be good in the fridge, maybe 3 to 4 days. It doesn't last as long as like store-bought buttermilk, only because it don't got all the preservatives and all the different things. You could probably freeze it and it lasts longer, but I might make some pancakes or something like that tomorrow with this. We'll see. Okay, so I have my butter and my buttermilk. Can't really see it in there. So what I'm going to do is grab the different ends of my cheesecloth, and then I'm just going to squeeze it. So you gotta use your muscles. Just squeeze it because you want as much liquid to come out of there as possible. So we're separating our butter from our buttermilk. And then I also like double doing the cheesecloth because it helps just to give like an extra layer of the cheesecloth so that butter isn't like kind of seeping through the little holes. Now the holes are like small enough where that really shouldn't happen, but still. Okay, so what's left here is butter, and then what's in here is buttermilk. That's so cool. Okay, so next step after this, so after you feel like you squeeze everything out that you can, you want to run this under some cold water. So I'm going to open this up. Look how pretty my little amount of butter is. Open this up, and then I'm going to run it under cold water just to like help get any more buttermilk out that might be in there. This is so cool. Okay, I've made this before, but every time I make butter, it's just so cool. I'm just so impressed. Like, this is so cool. Anyway, I'm gonna run this under some cold water. And after I run it under cold water, then I'm gonna squeeze it again. Do that. I'm gonna do that a couple of times, just to make sure I got all that buttermilk out. And I'll be back. All right, so I transferred my buttermilk into this lovely mason jar. So I'm gonna put this in my fridge. I might make some buttermilk pancakes. I can make some buttermilk fried chicken. I'll make some buttermilk whatever. And here is my finished product. So I'm gonna unwrap it. Just give me a minute. Oh my gosh. It's my very own butter. How cool is this? So here is my butter. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this in like any type of like sealed airtight container, if you can buy a container just for your butter. But I'm just gonna press this in here. So I didn't add any salt or anything like that to my butter because I wanted to bake with it. And you know, with baking, you should use unsalted butter. So I plan on baking some things with this butter. Probably some cookies. I'm going to bake some cookies right now. And I'm going to use some of this butter to bake with. But I might put some on my toast in the morning. Wait, I said I was going to make pancakes. Am I going to make? I don't know what I'm going to make with this butter, with this buttermilk, but here's my butter. So it's no liquids in it. I squeezed all of it out, and it's just straight butter. So again, this recipe is easy to make. Again, that took probably like less than 15 minutes, maybe like 14 or so minutes. Obviously I sped it up, so it's not gonna take that long, but it is super easy to make. I encourage you all, at least once in your life, make your own butter. Add some garlic and herbs to it. Add some honey and some cinnamon. Surprise your man, surprise your wife, surprise your kids. They're like, oh my gosh, mommy, this is the best butter ever. This Betty Crocker. No, this Mommy Crocker, period. Anyways, make y'all some butter, and thank y'all for tuning in to Key's Kitchen. See y'all soon. Bye.